Hello and welcome to CyHawkThoughts. Steve Myers, Chuck Utek, ready to get on with another week. It's a big week. Iowa State has the number 2 team in the nation rolling into town. Don't think it's going to be a very easy game, to say the least. Hoping for a little colder weather out there, as I'm sure a lot of Cyclone fans were. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Might dip down a little bit towards the evening, but apparently it's supposed to be like 58 degrees and sunny. So
I'd use Celsius.
Yeah, that would be...
It'll seem colder.
To them, yes.
Because that's what, about 9 Celsius?
I'm not sure. I'm not the math guru here.
That have to take it times 1.7 and add 40.
He's a genius, folks.
No, that'd actually be 55.3.
Genius. I don't know what to tell you. He does not use the calculator here. He would have beat me, even if I had a calculator.
That's about the only thing I could beat you in right now.
Well, we don't even... Tell you what, if you know what the score is on our picks, because we do not know right
if
now.
you've been paying attention, because obviously we haven't been.
No, it's one of those things where we just don't care about it anymore. You want to know why?
Well, no, I care about it. I care that I went 0-3 last week, and I would like to know because I just can't remember.
Yeah. I don't care because basketball season's here.
Basketball season! It's here.
However, I am not the happiest camper because of last night's debacle against Drake. Nothing against Drake. I thought they played very well as a team. They've got... I think Rice is a heck of a player.
He's pretty good.
They didn't seem to miss much when Young left, with him coming in. So liked him. But we'll get to the basketball game here in a bit. Let's start out with Iowa's game against Michigan State.
Sucked.
You heard it here, folks. It's not a good game.
Nope.
Okay.
Sucked.
Anything else? Any bright spots?
I don't know. I was in Colorado with my in-laws, and they're big Nebraska fans, and I was stuck watching that game.
Yeah.
So I got to see about 30 seconds of the football game. Every part I saw was a turnover or a penalty or a one-handed catch by Marvin McNutt, and there were not enough of those.
So we have a bright spot. McNutt's going to be playing on Sundays.
Yes.
That is a bright spot so far. So Hawk fans, you're going to be draft him in your fantasy picks next year. Maybe.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh my God.
We might be putting him as our fantasy.
Look, I'm trying to help you out here, bud.
You know who's not going to be playing on Sundays?
Who's that?
I don't know. Probably most of the other people on that team.
Fair enough. Anyone?
Or
come to mind?
Coaching. There's a lot of blame to go around.
Yeah. I can't. It's hard for me to What are you, 6-4?
Yeah, 6-4.
Granted, the schedule a little bit either. I mean, I'd be happy as can be at 6-4 right now. And
I said before Michigan game they probably won't win again, and they were able to sneak through Michigan. And I'm back to after last week. I'm back to saying, they're done.
Okay.
6-6.
I mean, do you think? Do you think? What are your thoughts that an Iowa State fan would be really happy with 6-4, and an Iowa fan pretty down about 6-4? Is it more because of?
I'm not down about 6-4. I think 6-4 is great. I'm an 8-4 guy. If the team can go 8-4 every year, that's a great season.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
So
because
with your schedule this year, if you don't get to 8-4, are you disappointed, Cat?
No, bowl game's fine.
Okay.
Because there are plenty of 3-9 teams running around that would love to go to a bowl game. I'm never going to say don't go to a bowl game. Those practices are important.
Yeah.
Hey, in 2007, they blew a chance for a bowl game. That would have been really a big deal. If they, and all they had to do was beat Western Michigan. It wasn't like they had to beat Nebraska or anything like that, or squeak out a victory against Michigan. They just had to beat Western Michigan. Didn't do it. So
all we have to do, folks, is beat the number. We have three options: beat the number 2 team in the nation,
do it.
Beat the number 4 team in the nation,
do it.
And I don't know what Kansas State is right now, but I think they're in the top 25.
Probably.
I'm thinking they're in the top 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas State should have lost last week, but I don't know how that team. Iowa State's going to win that game.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I don't care what anyone says up there. That Kansas State team is put together with spit.
Yeah, their quarterback. I haven't been impressed by his arm at all, but he's a load.
Well, the cool thing is that he's going to be playing on Sundays for Denver.
If they're following the model, yes.
There's a market for guys that can't throw, but they can win a game and run the ball. Jeez.
Yeah, Snyder's put together a magical season. I would
That's
have
what
to say,
it is. It's all hocus pocus. It's all mirage.
Does Snyder
Go
win?
Clones! Beat Kansas State. I'll be saying that for 2 more weeks.
Does Snyder win Coach of the Year with this type of with the preseason thoughts on the team?
I don't even remember. Give him a month. I'll never remember what he did.
He hates Snyder.
He's an Iowa guy, but no, I'm not going to give that guy any credit for falling and hitting his head and hitting a lottery ticket. Jeez. If I'm going to give anyone Coach of the Year, I'm going to give it to... I don't know. I'd like to give it to Jerry Keel.
That's exactly who I was saying.
I'd give it to that guy.
And I don't know why I was thinking it. Maybe it's because he had to come back from so much adversity.
Yeah.
And managed to get an upset on Iowa. And managed
Those
to play.
kids are playing hard. They may not be winning every game, but they're playing hard.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You don't give that maybe Humanitarian of the Year.
I'll give it to whoever coaches Houston.
There you go. I don't know who does that either.
I'll just give Coach of the Year to Case Keenum because
Kansas State 13th. So 13th.
That's the game Iowa State wins, and I think they win that handily.
Number 2, number 5, and number 13 in the BCS. That is going to be a tough road. We need one more for a bowl, which, like Chuck said, a bowl is a bowl. You need the practices. We can definitely use the practice. Doesn't hurt with recruiting as well.
Yeah.
So, Stanford, Oregon, live up to the expectations?
I fell asleep in the fourth quarter. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Oregon is exactly, I think, they played how you thought they were going to play beginning of the year against LSU.
Yep.
Stanford is Andrew Luck and...
Andrew
and the Locks.
Yeah.
And Oregon, they got a few good players. They got some speed. There's that play where that dude caught the screen pass on 4th down, and you could see him like going through the gears as he was like at the 40 and then 30, and that's fast. And you can't teach speed.
No. And Oregon's on a lot of it.
They do. It's those shoes.
So
it's the Nikes.
Ended up going 2-1. Both of my loss and one of his losses, TCU knocking off Boise State. No more, BCS whining out of Boise State this year because the field goal kicking woes continue for top 5 teams.
And I'll say this. Boise State, there's people that are upset about them probably going 10-1 again, 11-1. I'll take it. I mean, I'm happy to be 8-4, but if I'm always 9, if I'm going to there's rumblings there. They want to fire everybody.
Their highlights are always on ESPN. Iowa and Iowa State's highlights aren't always on ESPN. You're ranked. That's all there is to it. Yeah. And if you're going to go 10-1, 11-1 every single year, you're going to be ranked. You're going to be in discussions. You've got the blue field. You've got the Cinderella story. Boise State is a good place to play football.
I like those orange uniforms, too.
Yeah. Well, I've got some cool uniforms. The combat ones that Nike made were really, really cool as well.
Good job, Phil Knight.
Yes. So, Oregon won. Boise State won. And Michigan State won. So, that was kind of last week. This week, you've got Purdue, which is up and down, left and right, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. You just don't know what direction they're coming from and how fast they're coming.
No.
If that's a good example. They're all over the place.
Those spoilers.
Yeah. I've seen... yeah. And I've seen them play really well, and then I've seen them stink it up.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
In a sense, they're kind of like the other Big Ten Iowa. Or would you give that to Illinois?
I'd give it to Illinois.
Okay.
Because Iowa, they only played well once so far. That was against Michigan.
Oh, I mean,
in big games, they didn't show up against Penn State. They didn't show up against Michigan State. They definitely didn't show up against Minnesota, which wasn't a big game.
it was big
Good
for
game
them.
against Northwestern.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you guys played well against Indiana, but who really doesn't?
I don't know.
But I would have
the
said
other day, Indiana was playing Southeast Polk, and Southeast Polk was giving them a run. So I don't know.
All right. So, do they beat Purdue?
Nope.
What's the score? Jiminy Christmas. Negative Nancy here on CyHawkThoughts.
I don't think they win another game this year. 17-14 Purdue.
31-10 Iowa.
Oh, I just gained a game back on you.
Hey.
Yeah!
Yeah, we don't even know what they are, so what do I care, right? All right.
You're up you gotta be up, I think you were up 4, 5?
5, 6, 7, somewhere around there.
Now you're up,
13,
you're up 6
I don't
or
know.
7. Yeah, I was within 2 weeks of catching you, at least, but now it's...
I'll have to go through. Yeah. So, here's Iowa State, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, 52. Iowa State, 18.
Hey, 18, 9 safeties.
Yes.
That is going to set a record or something. That'd be one of those games you'd be like, we lost, but I saw 9 safeties.
Yes. I still, after 9 safeties, I still don't know how they put up 52 points, but they did.
It was so great. Yeah.
Put up 52 points with 9 safeties.
Well, they just kept having pick sixes. Where's the safety?
There you go.
Just back and
that
forth.
Could work. All right, so
I'm not going to go 52-18.
I would hope not, because you'd be plagiarizing me.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go 49-14.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go...
I hope you say Iowa State.
I'm going Oklahoma State.
Okay.
27-24 Oklahoma State.
Ooh.
And Iowa State's winning in the 4th quarter, and Oklahoma State has to pull something out of their shoes.
That would be a heck of a game on ESPN Friday night.
And you know what?
Friday night's a great night for
Friday
football.
night's a great night for football. This is time 2.
What are the chances Iowa State comes out with gold uniforms?
33%.
33%.
I hope so.
And he's a math magician, people. But that would be cool. ESPN throw on the gold uniforms against the Oklahoma State 35 variety type uniform. Who knows what they're going to show up in?
Hopefully it's just uniform.
Well, I hope so too. Otherwise, it'd be a bit nipply out.
Absolutely.